Are you ready for the quantum age?
Humanity's next step in evolution?
Dream Vision 7 Radio Network invites you to the extraordinary platform of evolutionary voices for the quantum age.
Let's explore. Learn more about this upcoming age where we bridge science with spirituality.
Where potentiality meets reality.
Where we take compassion into action.
Our trailblazers and visionaries will ask the whys, the what ifs, while igniting continuous possibility.
Come along with us into an age beyond what we know today, where we can grow together in unity consciousness.
Experience evolutionary voices for the quantum age, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern on DreamVision7Radio.com.
Welcome to Awakening to True Happiness with modern-day mystic David Hoffmeister, offering you the how-to to spiritual awakening by addressing on a practical level answers to your deepest questions. David Hoffmeister is a world-renowned teacher of A Course in Miracles and has been traveling the world for the past quarter of a century, offering his wisdom to audiences wherever invited. On this show, you'll hear recordings of David's best live talks, inviting you into an experience of deep wisdom and true clarity. To learn more about David, visit his website at davidhoffmeister.com. Awakening to True Happiness with David Hoffmeister is part of Evolutionary Voices for the Quantum Age, heard Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern on the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network.
I'm watching all the beautiful faces around the world. Just got a message there from Ashland, Oregon. I see you guys there. There they are. They're all piled in there. Thank you for your message. Well, we're just so grateful to come to you and talk about this topic of stepping into your magnitude. And we feel like this is an opportunity to really open up to an experience of magnitude that goes far beyond anything that we have come to believe in time and space that magnitude is. Because Jesus, as usual, He is going to take us to an experience of something that's beyond the opposites of the world. And some of you might have even tuned in. Kirsten earlier today was online on, I think, a Facebook, reading from the section of littleness versus magnitude from the Course. I think that's, chapter 15, the Holy Instant. So I'm just here to welcome you in, and why don't we go up there to the brand new studio in Camas, Utah.
I'm really inspired. I'm so happy about this theme and this topic, and to explore it together and explore the blocks to it, and come shining out through the other side into our natural state given us by God. So, wonderful. Well, shall I start off with this section in the Course, David? Yeah,
that feels good. That'll launch us in here to this experience. That's beautiful.
Okay, great. Well, I won't read the whole section. I did that this afternoon on Facebook, but I'll just kind of scan through and just pull out some parts and give like the picture of this whole section, because it's really amazing, actually. Where he's taking us right from the beginning right to the end, starting off around, do not be content with littleness, but be sure you understand what littleness is. And then going right through all of this clarity of mind training and power of decision and function, all the way right through to, heaven, and the fact that this magnitude is what we are to call forth in our brothers and everyone we see. So it is really one of those full integrative sections, in 3 pages, basically, it's enough to wake up with. So I feel like it's just amazing. It's just a power-packed section for this retreat. So Yeah, just starting off with those two sentences, be not content with littleness, but be sure you understand what littleness is and why you could never be content with it. Littleness is the offering you give yourself. You offer this in place of magnitude and you accept it. So littleness is something that we're giving to ourselves. And later on he's going to come into the responsibility that you owe yourself, which is the way out. Everything in this world is little because it is a world made out of littleness in the strange belief that littleness can content you. When you strive for anything in this world in the belief that it will bring you peace, you are belittling yourself and blinding yourself to glory. So I just love how clear the Course is. He's always just bringing it so directly, basically saying everything of this world is littleness. And so when you want something from this world, you're belittling yourself and blinding yourself, to the truth and the glory of God. Littleness and glory are the choices open to your striving and your vigilance, and you will always choose one at the expense of the other. And what you do not realize, I think this is where worthiness comes into it, because everyone deals with this unworthiness that comes up. And where does this unworthiness come from? Well, this sentence is really powerful. What you do not realize is each time you choose is that your choice is your evaluation of yourself. Choose littleness and you will not have peace, for you will have judged yourself unworthy of it. And whatever you offer as a substitute is much too poor a gift to satisfy you. So this is, to choose for littleness is to experience the unworthiness. And then whatever it is that we're wanting to feel loved by or feel some improvement of or some expansion through, it's always going to result in this poor substitute and the sense of a failure because it's the wrong direction. It's actually asking for magnitude from littleness. It is essential that you accept the fact and accept it gladly that there is no form of littleness that can ever content you. You're free to try as much or as many as you wish, but all you will be doing is to delay your homecoming. And then he goes into responsibility. There is a deep responsibility you owe yourself, and one you must learn to remember all the time. So this is where the mind training comes in. You must learn to remember this responsibility that I have. This lesson may seem hard at first, but you will learn to love it when you realize that it is true and it is but a tribute to your power. You who have sought and found littleness, remember this: every decision you make stems from what you think you are and represents the value that you put upon yourself. Believe the little can content you, and by limiting yourself you will not be satisfied, for your function is not little. And it is only by finding your function and fulfilling it that you can escape from littleness. So I'm sure we'll be going a lot more into function, over this weekend and this time together. But here Jesus even clarifies about the function, not about specific in terms of this world, but very clear about where it comes from and who it's given from. So you don't even need to try to figure out what your function is, which is great. There is no doubt about what your function is, for the Holy Spirit knows what it is. There is no doubt about its magnitude, for it reaches you through Him from magnitude with a capital M. You do not have to strive for it because you have it. All your striving must be directed against littleness, for it does require vigilance to protect your magnitude in this world. It's hard not to read this whole section, but and then there's a line in here that I really love. This question, he says, let this question be asked you by the Holy Spirit every time you make a decision. I'll say that again. Let this question be asked you by the Holy Spirit every time you make a decision. Would you be hostage to the ego or host to God? So it's a beautiful question that just brings our mind into alignment with, oh, what am I deciding for? What is this about to do to me? Is it compromise? Am I binding myself in? Am I choosing littleness and seeking something of the world? Something from someone am I getting? Or am I choosing through my decision, can I feel it? Is this decision to be the host for God, to be the presence? For every decision you make does answer this and invite sorrow or joy accordingly. Every decision you make is for heaven or for hell and brings you the awareness of what you decided for. It's a power of decision, identity. The Holy Spirit can hold your magnitude clean of all littleness, clearly and in perfect safety in your mind, untouched by every little gift the world of littleness would offer you. But for this, you cannot side against him in what he wills for you. Decide for God through him. So there's two places in the Course where he's saying, like in the rules for decision, decide for God for me, Holy Spirit. And here he's bringing it in again. This is the Holy Spirit's support for us. The Holy Spirit's function is literally to make this decision for us and remind us of what the decision is that we're making. And then he goes on to talk about celebrating the birth of holiness, welcoming the Christ into the altar of our heart. Prepare an altar rather than a manger to welcome the Christ. This is the worthiness that we have to open up to within ourselves. To learn of love, to learn the true value of love, and learn that we're worthy of the Prince of Peace being born in us in honor of him whose host you are. When you have learned to accept what you are, you will make no more gifts to offer yourself, for you will know you are complete, in need of nothing, and unable to accept anything for yourself. That's pretty profound too. Unable to accept anything for yourself. Because this idea of magnitude is almost, in this world, it has this sense of growing, expanding, getting, accumulating, or in terms of thinking of form. But here, he just brings it back to there are no gifts that you would offer yourself, and there's nothing that you would even want to accept for yourself, but you will gladly give, having received. The host of God needs not seek to find anything. So it's a whole shift of direction of where magnitude comes from and how we learn of it. If you're wholly willing to leave salvation to the plan of God and unwilling to attempt to grasp for peace yourself, salvation will be given you. So again, this is the mind training. It's like moment by moment. Am I attempting to grasp for peace, to heal myself, to fix something, fix someone else, fix a relationship, get something from this world, even in the subtlest way? That's substituting your plan for his. Rather, join with me in his plan that we may release all those who would be bound, proclaiming together that the Son of God is host to him. And then the final paragraph which is really beautiful, which is something that has been coming into awareness about the